Question. Try to coach the witness in the witness box. I'm not going to have that. Yeah, because that's what's happening. I'm beginning a question and I hear speculation and so on. It's not right.
Well, he hasn't
it's not right.
finished the question. Let him finish the question then. Yes.
Now,
it is speculation.
Yeah, but you're not allowed to sit down and say speculation.
Resume your seat. Resume your seat. Yes, yes.
Now, you know, if you had been aware of that letter, Dr. Bawumia. What are you objecting to?
There is no jury trial so that you think even if the person is alive,
if you do well,
to finish the question. And I want to advise all counsel, if you have any objection, let your lead counsel raise the objection rather than you raise your voice in disapproval or not. It's not fine.
Now, Dr. Bawumia, if you had been aware of this letter before you deposed to your affidavit to this court, you would not have included that polling station as an unknown polling station, would you?
I would.
You would have?
Absolutely.
You would have. Good. Now, let me have exhibits. Now, okay. Now, five others, and exhibit 3. 5 other documents were made available to you, which show that your party, the New Patriotic Party, sent letters in respect of a number of polling stations indicating that polling agents were being appointed to those polling stations. And you have acknowledged that, and it's been tendered in evidence.
Yes, my lord.
Now, if you had been aware of those letters, would you still, in your affidavit, have described them as unknown polling stations?
Yes, my lord. We would have still described them as unknown.
Now, you see, by the way, have you checked, since you gave evidence, from any official of your party whether there are any more such letters in respect of other polling stations? Have you checked, Pechan?
No, I have not, my lord.
You have not, okay. And you would agree with me that if the polling stations to which these letters are addressed, if those polling stations did not exist, your polling agents would have had no polling stations to go to. You agree with that, would you not?
Yeah.
If they didn't exist, the polling agents would not have had anywhere they would have gone to.
They have to exist legally, not physically. Legally, they did not exist in our books because the polling station codes did not match the codes on the EC register.
You know, Dr. Bawumia, I would respectfully suggest that when you're talking legally, you need to be a little bit cautious because you are not the expert on what is legally correct. You see what I mean? So, but your answer is that those polling stations were not legally in existence. Is that your answer?
My answer is that, my lords, the polling stations are identified on every collation sheet only by the polling station code. There's no name. If you look at the collation form, there's no name of the polling station. The only identification label is the polling station code. So if you get a pink sheet with a polling station code that's not match what is on the EC register, then it is not known. And this is why we said those polling stations are unknown, my lords.
You see, Dr. Bawumia, even though you say that they are unknown, officials of your party knew the polling stations and wrote to the EC to notify the EC that polling agents from your party were going to come. So even though you insist that they were not legally known by you, your party wrote letters to the second respondent. You acknowledge that? About those
I think it's a repetition. Very repetition.
Very well.
Yes.
Very well. And you see, Dr. Bawumia, the polling agents, to the best of your knowledge, the polling agents that were identified in these letters, to the best of your knowledge, did they go to the polling station? To the best of your knowledge?
I cannot say.
Very well. But of course, they can say. They, the polling agents whose names are there, they can say whether they went or they did.
Presumably, yes.
Can they not? That is correct. They can say. And you would be able actually to check, if you talk to them, whether they did go or not. Would you not? Would you? You would be able to say, if you talk to those polling agents who represented you, you would be able to say whether they went or not. Would you not?
I think if you talk to each of these polling agents, you will probably be able to find.
Sometimes I feel sad when I see some of our northern brothers running around and also doing this.
A few weeks ago, not too long, I was touting how important the Ghana card was, the identification system that we've put in place in Ghana. And I even said that this, for me, at this stage of our development, our preferred is 2000 interchange. You can imagine the furore this caused. Is this man Wabodamana? What is he talking about? That this, what is the Ghana card? What is system? How could it be so much more valuable? I'll just give you a few reasons, and it wasn't said, cavalierly. There was thinking to that statement, and I wanted people to think about it. For the first time in our history as a country, we have a unique identity system, which is biometric. So we can uniquely identify every individual, whether they are alive or dead, right? We can uniquely identify every individual. So immediately, if you can uniquely identify each individual, the case of ghost names on our public sector payroll will become a thing of the past, immediately. Once we do it, and I'm working with Controller here, we're doing a lot of good work on the Controller payroll database and cleaning it up. If you look at what has happened recently, National Service Scheme, we found 14,000 ghost workers, saved annually 114 million Ghana cedis to the public exchequer. From 14,000, just from one institution, National Service, 14,000 ghost workers, because we look for unique identity. Just a couple of days ago, SNIT reported finding 27,000 ghost pensioners. 27,000 ghost pensioners. And they were being paid 327 million Ghana cedis a year. Two institutions, you add a yearly savings that these discoveries have made, just in two institutions, 441 million Ghana cedis. Over 10 years, you are talking of over 4 billion Ghana cedis. This is just two institutions, and you can be sure that when we go through every institution, you will see that we will be able to eliminate all ghost workers, thanks to the Ghana card. As a result of the Ghana card, we've made it the tax identification number for everybody. When we came into office in 2017, only 4% of adults in Ghana had a tax identification number, 4%. And you can see most of those are in the formal sector. Not many who will be registered for taxes. We said, let's make the Ghana card number the tax identification number. Immediately we did that. The number of people that have tax identification numbers have suddenly gone up from 4% to 85%. And that is it. So now the taxman knows exactly who has filed, who has not filed at any particular time. And not only do we know them, we also have their digital address, so we know where they live. So tax collection is going to take a different path going forward because we now have the data. Fake birth certificates was a big problem, for our country, and it made it very difficult for people to trust our documents at embassies and everywhere, because people would just go and have fake birth certificates. In fact, when we went to the births and deaths registry, we found 3 different databases. 3 different databases. We had to harmonize the databases. But once you have unique identity, you will not have fake birth certificates. There will be no football age versus normal age. That business will come to an end. Recently, you will know that I think our women's team was banned for presenting some overage players. Hopefully, now we are going to strictly require that they bring their Ghana cards before they are going to be registered to play. Today, with your Ghana card, the Ghana card the banks are very happy with it because it gives all the KYC a bank needs. One of the problems we have had is for people to open bank accounts. But today, if you have a Ghana card and a mobile phone, you don't have to fill any form at all. You can just dial a USSD code and put in your Ghana card ID, and a bank account will be open for you, and you can start transactions immediately. So we are bringing in financial inclusion. When we came into office, the proportion of adults with bank accounts was less than 40%. Today, because of mobile money interoperability and the Ghana card, today we have over 90% of adults either having a mobile money account which is interoperable with a bank account or a bank account itself. And that is very phenomenal. We have one of the things that has really, since I was at the Bank of Ghana, one of the things that kept eating at us at the bank was the absence of a credit system in Ghana. In many countries, workers don't have to just live on their monthly paycheck because there's a credit system. If you have a regular paycheck, you will be able to get a way to buy a TV on credit or a fridge on credit and all of that. A working credit system. But we don't have a credit system in Ghana. And one of the biggest obstacles to the development of a credit system was the absence of unique identity. The credit reference agencies need unique identity to do credit scoring so that everybody will know what their credit score is. So if you don't pay your bills, you will have a very low credit score and they will not give you credit. If you pay your bills, you have a high credit score and you will get credit. Now, many developing countries, including Ghana, we've not had this credit system because of the absence of credit scoring. But because we have now linked all bank accounts to the Ghana card, we are linking the bank accounts to the Ghana card, you have unique identification for credit scoring. Yesterday I had a meeting with the credit reference agencies and ECG as well as Ghana Water because we want to make sure those who don't pay their bills on time, it will affect your credit. So, and that is all of us, I suppose, for water, and because that is where you bring discipline into the economy, discipline into the society. But thankfully this year, and I just know that in just a few months, Ghana, for the first time in our history, we will now begin a credit scoring system in our country. And this will allow credit to grow. We can tell who is the risky borrower and who is not a risky borrower. And banks can then give lower interest rates to people who are not risky borrowers. At the moment, they assume we are all risky borrowers because they cannot tell. We are not uniquely identified. The risk, the people who don't pay, their sins are visited on all of those who pay. And so we now want to distinguish, and if you go and commit your sin, you go into hell yourself, and don't take us along with you. So this is where we are as far as where we are integrating. Today we've integrated the Ghana card also with the SNIT card, the SNIT, and so SNIT no longer has to print SNIT cards again. They are saving close to $30 million every year now because they only need a Ghana card. They don't need that. We have integrated it with the NHIS card. NHIS is not going to print separate NHIS cards again because they have the Ghana card, and the Ghana card is going to work as the number is your NHIS number, the number is your SNIT number, the number is your tax identification number, and so on. So we are integrating the databases and making a lot of savings. Some people die and you cannot recognize who they are. They have no identification. And in those sorts of tragic cases, if they are registered on the National Identification System, they can easily be identified. Today, because of the unique identification, we've been able to introduce a no-guarantor student loan policy. Right? Because before you needed to bring guarantors because you didn't know whether you would find this student or not once they started working. And people, the workers who were on SNIT, some of them have paid a heavy price for guaranteeing for students who have run away. But now we can identify everybody unique.
Right. Aha, I Sompa 93.1, Sompa TV. Obasanzo here or Tarawan TV. I think so Sompa TV GH and so no on Facebook. Obanya so no ho. Abo no 9 upon sima aduonu enson possibility hour and na edus where de ebrewo no midin at the bafo asasi jima. Me a member of the DMB communications team in Ashanti region, and of course a member of the communications team of the MPP in Ashanti region. And then Obati and Council Sono, our have said Madens Etimide Ebra Sono, our Jumadens Sono Eso Obati and Penifo P now so ha, and they on Majan Konya, Omba Buana Fiano, ya Papa and Semnim. Nana Memenda 26 August, and some Peter course or memoir. MPP, I can't be among them today. I dare say. Dr. Bawumia onya a landslide victory so no hono mo a enipa du akopre no say e be yinu mafrimu na kanum menim se wate ade ho komo pinti me nka emfa mu abusuafo a mo hwe so no asubua Dr. Bawumia enya 629 votes representing 68.15%. The otosu mienu so no yera Kennedy Japan. And afi Alan Kwajo Chamatin so toso miensa Dr. Afriya Koto etoso 9 and afi so no yewura Chamatin Jakon Boache Jakon and miamu kromu ni honorable Francis Adeni mo so no omo epai ohono mo a nei empanimfo so gu so ono mo di nkomo se behwe na bibia nsi a yebesa so na kona yakoto bade amo na vet matchim na in the fifth person yabeko about also on the 4th of November 2023 enti empire e bedja pranso so e wone ebra chairman Alessafo Kantanka and the pa okana on once no any agi pa na chairman Aluta our year chairman for Jobbing constituency or ha obetene nka wa this year moti enka de free Jobbing patam ho nyina no chairman no e wa ha chairman fantastic but enka na wie ya ordinary perspective and so no ebetumi so dia sounds na Dr. Solomon Fokuo ono a senior lecturer and so no Kumasi Technical University n'adwene mu abɔ biw yie paa no wabɛtena ase a ɛnɛ yi ɔne yɛn nso bɛdi nkitaho afa dwumadi a akɔ so wɔ MPP nim ɛfiri sɛ ebie tu mu sɛ MPP nominations form na yɛmfa conteste ɛmfa nyi yɛ presidential candidate so far no nneɛma akɔ so nyinaa de bɛpie mu na ana memenda no results ɛbaeɛ no ɛdɔk ɛwɔ ha no mu a ɔde bɛwuram na nsɛm biara no a ebusuafoɔ di ho ɛte ho pentenkwa busa ho nsɛm no so no doc nso atimi nso so no ama yɛ very nice adventure nso wɔ hɔ no mu a wobɛtimi nso so no atam kutu no smatie yɛbɛkɔ na yɛ nua Kwasi Mensa ɔno ɛyɛ media practitioner with Pure FM na dwuma bɔ bi wie paa bɛsɛ mienu tu enum bi no na ɔno nso no akyɛ kakra wobɛka ya ɔtaa bɛdwumadie yi so ɛna na EBS ne ka wɔntimi amba tie bɛhwɛ na afei tuma wura na ɛna na de nkɔmɔ wie a na yaba ɛyɛ studio awazi yama wadwo de ba Sompa TV
benya mejo so pa mamuni adwuma ene mpanifoɔ wɔ enkanka chairman ɛna Dr. Solomon Foku Kwatin
na ɔho yɛ deɛ
onyame adaroma ne ho yɛ pa
right na na busa for reason ka bit mapi mu ha na waba in studio discussion
amba
ya san kan gakra okay
busa for enfanchemi na eja ibiti na kambi ayen kana ho mai suna tifosu enti
ya ba de ne aba
yes nkrante ne kan
okay mamusa we na fe yamfa en start say before say yabekwa about also na no memenda no obeka say expectations before and during after no if you say mpanifo meeting mawana as a party and as a candidate a co-money results a buy na no from where you sit na ohun say
bafo me do wasi bio anokwase nukreni me na sa super delegacy basro no yemu bia yewo media space no muno de na ye need to say the esino sa na da ya ni sa yes there were just one or two skirmishes there and also no I still recommend the party say even immediately after the elections no omotumi eto monati say you see bia no mbesi nkonya na omane obi a want ne ho asie atina sie na bibia no democracy say bio ya no baba ye okabi na makabi na afia ni atoi but you know I think say I will commend the party for that extraordinary exercise omotumi no na no memenenda no the whole nation was following it and I think that nobody was unduly surprised because results so conduct you behavior of voters even observers no I think that be a corner kama media for so as usual do my bit abo amati for oman to new center ho na oman me ho na simple monka ho muntumi to be no etumi ate de na ekoso na so omotumi etumi ahwedi mo amutumi de camera stage mo amutumi de microphones ne pen ne paper eko kan mu se onyano I'm sure say obia atine ho ase so good
right
abia ba ko abafo na him prior to the elections the many predictions especially some of the candidates themselves predicted for themselves and some institutions almost and research institutions mutumi ebisi di nipa ano tutu nipa no say ebi adwumade bi be koso na sa adwumade no they abato na ebe koso a wadwo ye say say ne be pa kwesi I think so munyina so bo money and we had the many predictions by and the results were pay abato imu I am sure most of the especially institutions and I think tanks are omoye research and I say the Bible take us kokoko kusia and nipa bako ebetimi afamani nyina no I am sure they have been exonerated by the results by because the patrono mbo is overwhelming and pampa azuno ono ana wene ade bako a me nwanwa kakra enyame nwanwa pi that me nwanwa kakra say even though na the odds were in favor of the vice president denia chichinachi on the berry in but therefore you move in that you expected obetumi awe near oberene all polling centers here 17 polling centers MPP ACO the omubema ka flagera hopefully ejina no matter almost aba because of the results about here the fact on the ground is that Dr. Bawumia indeed proves his strength across every polling center. Yes, we because the North, but also crime at 17 is not so little. Na Bebia say in the stronghold, and in the stronghold, say in the krum, and in the krum, say you will free and you will free no. And then not to me pull wait, na always near, and out of the nipa edu, on on afa a money in us, so to speak, because Nima Winya, we Uchemu Nukrana, Omomakana, Okomodi Buma, in so my expectations have been met. Just that the one or two skirmishes now are there. But I wouldn't be in the position to talk about too much because party 24 is saying Kunya Mudi Hunkomo. I mean, say, Zanyan Nempoa, now being Kunawe, na Huno dear. Issue the border to
okay, Ansana Bakona was the Osha any penumwa or more you or more. So from a 9 year confirmed, but the obedi numne de acquire den money rajakum.
Yeah.
Now Ususu say any first 4 no. Sana was say who say no say a qua now say now who say be a memo and cobem.
But was over
the first three in the answer now a camera say clear sir. But the fourth person no.
Yes. Nimbo dear the waka Mekai na yeshe Media mechanic playing. I don't expect more than 3 people to actually perform in this showdown because the over results were by a camera even though I didn't have any data to back my predictions. But the observation I come here, I mean, say, Dr. Bawumia, home for Mukake, I'm not being kind. Nesumikani, the Dr. Bawumia Dinkaya, Omo bit me, I've been banned or Kakra, what the second and now what he said, at the year era, when for Canada Japan, and also when for Alan Kojo Chematin. I didn't want to go too far away, and I'm sure that the results proved me right. I am not surprised that Dr. Efria Kutu, it to me, Ebetoso, and I, Ebeka, Memami, saying, na, and some of them, you were watching Kone, when for Adenifu, Aboti Penco, Lensono, Omuti in Etino, so Ombekavu, Omumekavu, so any family, so Mudi and Mu, and Kankadu, the Canada. I am sure he has quite a lot of work to do. It is not to do to actually to do to maintain the people who have put their trust in him and also increase the numbers because out of 950 people, more than 600 there. It is quite a clear indication there. It doesn't matter whether 200,000 people or even 500,000 people are coming. They also are still very much in favor of Dr. Bawumia. Just that and no candidate as a sportsman would want to rest on his or her oars based on past records. We Brazil now in the World Cup 5 times a day. And not just a World Cup and they are very the 6th time. And as usual, Brazil will always come prepared. Say, well, we need also a defending champion, or Baba, no one. Indeed, many people in the sports world are not surprised that Brazil still dominates because they always come prepared. And knowing Dr. Bawumia, his pragmatism, the practicality, and the fact that, one person, if you saw Bob, especially, and my he doesn't speak because the Obekambiano, it is mostly backed by data. So I am sure, as a data expert, as somebody who has considerable experience in managing national economy, and also have had very impressive experience in waving his way through the politics, the dynamics of politics in our country. Between now and November, Dr. Bawumia or Team Bawumia will sit up and not rest on their oars and not depend on the super delegates results and say it is over, but they will go down and touch base with the grassroots of the party and consummate the Ubia who has said the Omampenya Kufuado to me a modern. I want to say to me at your mind and in my vicinity. I said you in Chalai and Kotok fuel, in Chalai and Copensio, like it in a show. I find it in the near the so no Kakrabekan, not the Bemen Nakuado, a coffee, na NPP party, a program and actually na Obu, Amayano, Atwaso, the 80 or Ebriki, another 12 for another 16 grand Ebriki. I am sure Dr. Bawumia is the very right candidate who bet me as a chairman NPP party. No Mangana, so in Dr. Bawumia, in Neo Manim, Elfa or National Mra, and Raman of Pine Manity and Nimono Encoyeno. Na Diana, you will be expected to say, or my betting at the son, I found into my petrano, a me Abemusa, Amaye. But for my ear, if it's a memo and 100-meter dash. Yeah. In fact, you need starting and end line. Yeah. It's a daily business, a day in and day out, no, and MSC. It will have control over. It will also have only control over. But we will be a tell you, who Nimdia. Now, one of Brasia, Abia Winimbo, Ubetimato will be a winning Noawa, said about Dr. Bawumia, is to buy and in a dinner. Then, as an ordinary voter like myself, I can be rest assured that out of the lot of very distinguished gentlemen, Omuna Epese, Omudi NPP, even compared to other presidential candidates, other political parties, Dr. Bawumia will still be able to rub shoulders with everyone, and it will not be a surprise to me or many other objective observers if Dr. Bawumia pulls through and becomes the ultimate first gentleman of the land. But I wish him well. I wish him Bawumia well. The BBNia, Abutre Boko, na Menfa Casade, and Fano Press, said the Mark in the piano. Na Unyamia or share in the Pajuma or Yasunu or Mano, and one Katiapano. I Katiapa Vida, Dr. Bawumia, Nagana Maiso. The Yanya home na Prasota, Ebia, Mio did say, I would train with the bad name on. Meaning I'm Codia, National Esubecti, and my homemaker crack, Nafi, yet not know my most with you, Aboyabra.
Right. And no, Yera Kwasi Mensa, or a media practitioner, and so now telling us what the Nigerians also eba, a war, and Yama, of course, war, MPP nim. Ifrimindano ede ebano yabekwa ne mpanimfo nso tima koto so e studio said me kan no yera Alex Safo Kantanka chairman Luta oye Jabin constant chairman ewa ha sanso na yera Solomon Kwatin Fokuo doctor ono so no senior lecturer aso so no Kumasi Technical University and chair enkoma chairman don call for jo enra Onyantiese or Pimson Ankasa and a din 90th birthday demand no chairman I mean can show ye pounds so sounds also and yanchia ya mame Sompa hima Irene Chaimensa Mrs. Irene Chaimensa ono Sompa hima ono na CEO adima Sompa hima Foundation or titinya no ma no si ye pounds so on mo anei Nanama and Charles no encommon one ura fantastic honorable or say Chaimensa Bonsu. I nay on na edom dodono on na eda yano and so and oda omano so no parliament or sanso ye minister for parliamentary affairs. Honorable and Charles no encommon ye pa. Yamras do not fear me and tosso and far and free her. Time. Apumbo Kode. Chief Master Anton County. Oh, where there? Oh, Namiadum. Jabbing Bokode. Tabian some jail ho. Area mine. No, where there? Oh, fantastic. Mine pa. Yadi Yanana Bacope. That's a brutus rebo. It's Unyamin Shiras from Con at the Mano. The home a year.
Otiapo said they was here crowd up in mine. A stray Yamisa Mona Hodins from Kuninyan San. Obacosu dear crack driving mine. I'm a dropping mine so at me a tumpong, said the Yashan.
Okay. Doc.
Boss.
Viviana ye.
Oh, I don't empire.
Doctor.
I don't empire.
Doc, I'm just saying for you, Doc. Adebakwa is see now no. But I'm just a general impression about the course Memendano. But the MPP Super Delegates Conference, no. Send on who near Massify and was your expectation met or Sadanwana.
Anyway, Mamincha, a tear for you. I think say it was good. My expectations, no. My predictions maybe be a crown. It went true. Okay. Not just the prediction, but the research and confirmation about Homa Nina Ekoye. So it wasn't something different from what some of us were expecting.
Okay.
It wasn't different from what some of us were expecting. Sebia Dr. Bawumia vote no do especially Asante Memohano. Now it wasn't strange. All he said figure bina a free market 6B. Meka ho now we expecting 6B have a Canadian who be and a 6B meka ho, but it was elections so predictable and then you feel proud. So it was all that good.
Not just more AS and Sanka Dog vice president in your bed 80% air corona and realistic ana
Ashanti region as in
all.
No, in all, no, not in Timim Basa. In all, no, some of us were giving him 70 to 72.
Okay.
To be near 68.8 or 0.9, like you say. It is still because we're researching our confidence interval of maybe +5 -5. So -5 +5, I think it was all that good.
From the layman's perspective, no. 2014, Omampeni Akufo, then candidate Akufo, your core primaries in 82%, 82% a super conference no in 2014. And now I'm for who say be a follow suit.
I mean, now you need be. If I say, you're about me the way first timer.
Okay.
First timer or try say obeti me di MPP enim. It is all they compare in research. So compare sir. Untimi first time the enko compare you for the year 2014. Okay. So look compare in the year 2007.
Okay.
Not what the first timer for the other. It is all the bar first timer since 1992 MPP started fourth Republican.
Okay.
First timer when you vote kese pa era Bawumia.
Oh, okay.
And the first time 1992 total delegates a koto, even though one you super delegate, but total delegates a koto abano na 1,998. Eura abet adubu hanyame fa ne currency onya 1,121, which is 56.6%.
Okay.
That was the first timer. Another first time beam Eura Kufo 1996. Delegates no 1,996. Onya 1,046.
Okay.
I represented 51.99%. And now you record about 2007 first timer. On also the no ni vote unya 1,098 na represented 47.97%. It is all the better to first time so now the better to Bawumia the first time I no say benya 68.15%.
That's why I did.
And it's all the first time as neighbor. That is how we do comparison.
Okay.
That's how we do comparison. It's all the first time as in one. It is a lip be. So we need to be commended. Say, and near my yeah, and then we yeah, man, need the no abe so high. I change home burning. That is how we do it.
Okay.
And son, I say, obey beam na train no obey beam, and then you use that one to compare. Will be about 2 times, or about the 3rd time, the 4th time.
Okay.
So the first time as in there, so far so good. He's on top.
I see.
And as also the vice president Abba Ghana, you know, will be a person who MPP more, or no will be able to make a significant impact. So far as voting is concerned.
Okay.
So he's a special person.
I see.
Yes.
Doc, Osha resource nearby no, which regional breakdown no. Northeast, Emma Yura Bawumia 100%. Northern Emma 94%. Upper East Emma 86%. We saw Israel regions no. The next region Emma I mean good percentage no. I Ashanti 82%.
Yeah.
Is it the first time Obi Edna Aba na the home regions no a man that support massively so na say normal politically?
And not that thing I say some correct be statements I'm making. Yoruba Bawumia, the home region is not in the northern region. Yoruba Bawumia, the home region, almost the whole Ghana. So how find a tribe, ethnicity, nasifomona. Find ethnicity, nasifomona. The northern people now, they are almost every part of the country.
Yeah, that's right.
They're almost every part of the country. So let's take it the Islamic community or the Muslim community and then the Zongo communities. Ashanti in Yatuaba, NDC Timinya over 500,000-600,000 votes.
Yeah.
I have be free. Most come from the Zongo communities, the Muslim community, the satellite communities. I dominated with those with the northern descent. You can't run away from that. If you go to Greater Accra, you may have the same destiny. You can't run away from that. Every part of the country. It's penny regional. The region part where the Muslims and then the Zongos and then the minority, wherever they are. It's only specific region. Only specific region. And Tina, that is why some of the MPP want to say they need a man like him to go, because he is the one who can take the battle to the NDC. Because anytime NDC wins, Ashanti region, they get more votes. The votes, it comes from one particular area. And then you'll be very comfortable at your comfort zone. But if he can take the ball away without defending, but taking it rather to the opponent's yard, then he's somebody that you can't just walk over him. He's somebody that you need to. And for God being so good on his side now, either he knew this, he prepared himself. MPP gave him the opportunity, but he utilized the opportunity in marketing himself. All the 10 now coming in, MPP has given them equal opportunity. MPP have given them, all of them, equal opportunity, even more opportunity than even Yoruba Bawumia. But he utilized the opportunity very well in marketing himself. Nobody marketed Yoruba Bawumia. He rather marketed himself. Or marketing that time I know town hall, no ko university, no ko kasa okasa. Then this was my mom questions more answer will be antimi answer no ma we muntimi nka. Into the marketing whom my mom for so credible. And no san begina ho sa time mo de call to san begina ho marketing who yi no this time pusi so say ampa. Na bibia ni no so say samre ni bi kura wo pa konwa bi adi ba na bra boy no e na abeso ba mama for say oh there is somebody Paul Amanten, but there's somebody at least or marketing who yi nti say wo ton no as I so ko ton no yenye dey umbre in our ton. Ade aya policy wo ho na the end policy na the marketer. Why do you have to waste your time to go and buy polish to polish and say now they are rather one na your policy that I know there you take that one to the market and people will buy. So it is not about say those who are saying say Bia Omanpenny and also women are giving him undue advantage. It is neither here nor there. The man no. Never in the time of man for resign or campaigning I said no on resign no that's what it still unum say or abontina as a cabinet of nature because of his the demeanor, the soberness, and the bibia and hygiene kutan so you will who say any challenge but rather opportunity.
I see.
So that undue advantage, undue whatever, rather negative grammar about what me turning into. This is the personal. if you take him anywhere that you go, he will not talk about the problems, he will not talk about the challenge, but he would rather talk about the success.
They are not okay. I'm actually imagining to say, so say the home region, no, Camilla said the Ghana baby, and it's not already all the 16 regions, Nana.
Can you?
Because you won all the 16 regions.
Some of us, we speak to data and your emotions.
Jabi,
you speak to data. It is a been a bit now, or new Biko. Next, I talk about 17 polling stations. No one the whole distance 17 in. Are you sure, sir? Eye, Sebi, Sikano Che. A favor being will be the man, and you will be a peja and some abba.
Don't understand it from the academia. No, maybe our last question. Number question on air for Yabana Adam once number.
Okay.
Ujidi say in some amount for can Dr. Bawumia Obabeye MPP leader no the champ card or deba abet Ghana for any day were he it's and say me many friend dear who say finance ministers in na Ghana who say economy no muna come say or muna more or less omo form portmanteau no say apa na nyina ni di akiri but me who say Dr. Bawumia ba ye no amanfo adwene ye free Minister of Finance no za vice president so and meaning how do you just suppose say or divert free economy nako digitization because economy no is not doing well. How do you marry Sansa na course na mo bi a otia sa asem no I team confusion kakra no from where you sit send abusa chema wan party ase.
You see Papa no all started the pay we no. Say he's speaking to internal ne party members. Ne manifesto na dwunum team Papa or so the Ghana shedensa on fan to dwakra.
That's right.
There were the bebu mine and Cassasa Yankopon Boan say, as you are here for the man, 9 people for tuning in a man, no about Bay, Fragbearer for the party, no any party for what Nancy. I am one your selfish person, and you don't call the Najuna Juma. A Greek sector beba, we sector beba, we sector beba, we sector beba. Then they put them together.
It didn't go for the card or Nazo, they are dumping the gun.
No, but. Now you're the Magana, you know, says he's telling the MPP for say, Munya Nimu, I receive because the Wabwa or man penny no, I do a mine a bit drone said, why ye be? Now, if you're talking about digitization, you're talking about digitization, now ye economy free one. And ye, then what are we talking about? What he has to say, what he has to say to me through this auto watch? No, that to do about me, but say, Medicasi, Patasi, because I'm a pentel. And then I just use my phone. And both be see what, make I know the do
simple.
So is it now almost dead and almost chair and say
delivery guys
now for no more say you man it things and samples first name funny money what idea come on punch to one their command I could gina kwan into but this thing what are you talking about
say we are no phone so real package
so what can you how can you differentiate and as a better way digitization is any money free winning
economy no asem
and the economy now amount for economy now they should come near debate say a hifana economy no and near man call wrong how you can attribute it to the vice president.
That's why
the economy that was moving economy that was growing it grew 7.2%. It grow echo hadn't known beings and yes COVID near man from person the economy was growing but even look at the recovery pace the pace of recovery. Look at the pace of recovery. So the pace of recovery is very, very fast. Had they laid down have you seen the fuel amount for some like have you seen the have you seen the medical supplies asa ebiniho? Things are moving, but only say economy be a kosra. How woman say it moves with some people. Ne binom akafom. It in a you have to come back to look after them. On social interventions. On social bigger social interventions, free SHS, free maternal, anyway, you can't run away, and also you can't just run them over. Economy be improve a journey penny bio form. So you have to have policies a bit marketer for those people. These are the pro policies, and MPP is doing very well when it comes to the pro policies. then who is in charge? Omampeni in charge. And abedi echira obuan. Omampeni na begina ho kan say COVID time and ho chire no pa no. Nipa will depend on no pa obuan no pa. Hey Bawumia. Oh, Omampeni tantro. O tantro ya. Ni age you tell say o tantro ya today.
There be
so people should have the confidence and trust in the man, and given the chance, he will deliver. The economy in the USA con. Your uncle will be almost here or Hannah say for what being power could drop trip school be an answer in the PS could or Bacan because the technology in Yamana aircon won't yes, that is why he's bringing those things on board. So people shouldn't think that he's run away from the economy. The economy can only move forward when you are able to digitize it very well. All digitizing nonsense is a GR force or tax revenue. I should do course. First quarter no money chance that the following year.
That's right.
Previous year.
That's right.
So what are we talking about? Obi a ojiji take it. Bag is saying ko ho a we share one take it na no just kana she no atiamo. Ye kasa ne be twa hwese se o yare ho no ko iska dia ko. Nyes kana bi no be yi. O to ko dia nyedi no be yi ato adi. Oh. So we are saying that obi the basa betum the phone to o ya na scanning so obi anso ne ko you continue ko yi ne nyina be ko baby say ko na what me bu ho konta. You are saying say digitization is moving away from the economy. It's neither here nor there. It's rather say he's rather up to the task. The modernization ebano for a modern person or the modern design a move. And that is the best way to go.
Right. I know Dr. Solomon Kwatin Foku and our tis ordinary some movie how they go the amabusan for Majibra Moha Sompa TV Muti Sompa 93.1 FM. Young coach Chamaluta Chama. About Hona dear Nama Chama for a match Chama for was a timante what through. The one about chi and say the more pane Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Na moji monim sa. Dear Nama, dear motivation the man was a mamma moya sajana.
Yo, minimum me that say. About Chama for the India, my find chance from Kong Emma me. Chairman for Washington region na me more my basso.
Yes.
Me cry me nyina ye moye ho abaso.
My idea.
Ewo no cry ye dia maye ho.
Sanity.
Ne e boy share ye ho no. Yetimi agina so de aye adwuma no e de ama Dr. Bawumia ne NPP party. We are me chia me constituents for. De di come chia me second vice. Abomodin ye pa. Ewo Dr. Bawumia adwuma mu.
Nice.
Me kwa me ben nyina ono ene ebo mi chidom ewo adwuma ye nyina minua chairman for enye se bia ya na obetena bonten obi se chairman for untumi akan ase dem wa ye sei wa ye enye no kre
enka obi ase dem
enye no kre way back 3 years ago ena chairman for ye tana se a na ehun se Dr. Bawumia ene betimi aboa MPP party nti yamfa ne mra nti I started forming Ashanti for Bawumia.
Okay.
Yene former MP Ataboafo.
Yes.
Yene no ene started Bawumia meetings every month bia na yekọ ewo esreso Chamaikins fee.
Okay.
Ehọ na yekọ meeting. Yes started cry no near 17. You call your number 3 months no near duru 28.
Hey,
and the chairman for Ankasankasa no time when you started say Bawumia adwuma no you call besa 1 year no near ninam 38.
I see.
Na say every month yenya na na your boy hoka you to you fuel ye bibia at the meetings. Nti Bawumia adwuma no you started yache enye net. So you start yache enye net. And the chairman for no ye hu say ade pa bi wo papa ne mu. And they say ye boa no a na say de ne ba ye party no ye nsan ko ye chi. E betimi break 8 no. Nti ma yeso mu say ye nso ye be papa na adwuma. Obehu nipa obepa na asem no ne gina ono nkuta hodie. Papa hia wa de we obesi no wakasa. The way we say atena ni mu akere the way we say agye wo so ukone nchen a ya kone nchen won kran be 3 times. Ibu okra ibiduro na o tuka o si form no ne ekɔ dem no ne akɔ akodi nkomo e wo fie unya da agitie yen na wo za wo ye adwuma ma no a onni problem so ho enti papa ne de chairman for yeso nu mu ache enya na anu ye chairman wontumi kura te say ye sa meetings no ono kura na eno nwanwa say yetimi ahye bibi ase a ono kura ye regional chairman no onim ho hwe ye sheko ye nim asan ye bona man say this is the project that we are doing ama ono so ani jey and ono so be share ma the drum rebi and ye frɛ of friend is saying Bawumia chief of staff Fred or the same
for the worry.
Your Fred for the worry.
Chairman for the worry.
Aye. And mind the bar, your meetings one Sunday. Your meetings on a Sunday, be a man the bar, your meetings one Sunday. No buy and no be whom said no meeting here then. AC Coso. You're a tabo from a bonabaso pa, baby, will be a Dr. Bawumia Danase. Because a bra, your name is started agrono. And need now tree another bosumia, you be free meeting a woman.
I see.
No or your opposition MP. And so, oh, friend, one, Queen Pia so beba. No ni yaba betanase no ni adwendwen papa no. Enti Bawumia de no krani nyame.
Enye mustati de no ho adwuma no.
Yeso no mu ache.
Enye ne.
So no mu ache. Ache papa.
Enti gofo a nenam na omo kasa na chairman for na ya mamoka, ya mamo 5 billion, ya mamo 6 billion. Na sansa wuti dia na to se chairman.
Eminia. Who say
you go answer man na bebe.
Say obisina wa you can say obi town wa.
What's your town?
Na bibisa. So oba na say committee. Obo say chairman for.
Say am ala nkusantu de ba na.
E de mi mu bi credit. So oba na committee. Oba say pick up see. Enu an e use.
You hard body e campaign.
Enua bisa mi nua nansa na me ntiapo pick up me tinamu a meko fie na me program asana ba so so atim sa onti ya ma me Land Cruiser
nka beta
ne ga me tana kam na me san ko yare o de me chire ka me tana kam na me san ko yare enti me tete ne yase ya ma we ka ya ye we say mo to awi akwaje we last month no bi afra me chama yase mo to aba awi a mo package dem nim ba bi a package ni fra eba ena minim de abo obi an ho ba omu de mechire no but adwuma no na wo se yere ho na ye because na ye pese ye rekindle party no na party no ye dan enya nipa papa na ye nya nipa obetimi abon di anim na yetimi akɔwi ni 8 na me chama me die no me breso e breaki 8 eye ni monyam kese ai so ti ase me ebi si Ghana da
dabi
and this ye bre so yi up to 2026 e beto yeso aba no na yetimi breaki 8 o kra o betumi anaso be ne ma prekra because chama fo we do mo abom ho mane na munya no mo sanko wa hu de me kire no enti ye gito ye ho so ye be yadwuma na ma party no so anya ahoden
na obi ka se o ye chama go dwaben na chama na odi o dwaben no o so pedota Bawumia ne dwaben delegates na dwen na o ka sanko fo no sa o na o dwaben no a mo ato sa we chama no o de ka sa o muntie ne mdo no tenkan no a ono nti dwaben ho binim pese o chese ono no mbe shabe campaign dia ono ka sa o mbeti ba wo no a ono o mti ho no de ka sa o muntie saasem no wote na enya wasiri kakra
ya na obi gina bonten na o to boabo obi a ofin se na ne gine ya ma nti de o ka no eno na ye factor ye nyina ye mfa ye beba ayi offense election way me de ye example me constituency
yes
na time na hwe me because na me pesca se me call rounds na me san kanska before so ya me nya abosia na me tisi mu adwena na me de ko nyina ne say me gina bonten aka say me pe Dr. Bawumia enti me gina bonten ka say me pe Dr. Bawumia no me nko an beto aba na na se me kro me kotoma no ne de ne ba enya me nko an beto aba no I say me ne me constituency to aba no na wutimi nya 85% me de 85% no e be ma doctor will drop in constituency.
November no.
November 4th no, because
85%.
I'm telling you.
Jabin constituency.
I'm telling you because minimum dear my.
Jabin constituency 85%.
Because you need the
Chamaluta.
Yeah, baby, to obey. Me call all polling stations. No, me na ko kasai. E ko je adwene.
Me mean that bay. And
Sani ebe ba no. Me call all polling stations. Me no me nyina ko kasai one by one. Me gina bonten sa me pe Bawumia. Se ma bay. Se me say me ko to ma Bawumia. Na me de ne ba na so wo say me ne mo anwene ho ene ekoto ya. Ana me ko am gina bonten am fa ma dwena. Se be bo me so.
Pa.
De ne aha yi fitiem. Ye ba bibi sabrewa. Enti kan wa dwene. Me ntoma no. Se mo nyina mo
yes sir.
I'm telling you. With my second vice, my Nasara and other executives. You call rounds. So, enti me baby sir, men to mano. And as a saying, Monchira Madwin, say ya bay, sa constituency in a casse. Yanko to Abama Alana, you better my line. We go me come to my Bawumia. My sebbing Quasi Juma.
Yes.
Omcasa Kennedy, Yabako Kennedy, Omcasa Kuto, Ebeko Kutu. Into Oman Cassan come margin. Now, God so good, but be a miko ye bia. Be a miko ye bia.
Biase DMB.
O biase DMB. No more can or baby or permanent, a friend of my Mejiwa. Or sorry, General Cassa, and I was seeing Gumi. Was a chairman. Yania MPP for a war permanent, under the crew in the year. Example, your permanent had ye. Ye to a bar, the Yenya and Yenya. Sort I say, the bed in you be a become.
That's the point.
I can't somehow.
Better than you be able to come. I just say you could fat 7 previous and you near Zongo for no. I almost knew about Bawumia. Almost I sure say more dada Bawumia, more than a bad year. You see a better powers. So you call your crab back your fro, crooked back your fro, Kuti. A MPP mini election that you caught it. You twig a cry, my yetimia being your polling station or I'm yetimia about 2 hours. Nay, then ye, start here the Nipa 22. And they are in number 70. You twig no. My name is second vice and me organizer. And you start your initiatives. Now you do ho, and I do bear 7. Me call rounds no. And now delegates now or no, executive back was or cofre, mine be aba. Or the mind about one master one. Koti NDC chairman awo ho one in a year in a ma a combo momia bear 27 to 30 and in the bush for upon a buyer some of the catchers the chairman and there me no can say me MPP ni minimum bush for you MPP for at danya me bizarre all my dada also Debbie me dada mo chairman Dr. Bawumia say you could fear ne papa and me papa omu nyina frifie baako nti sɛ Dr. Bawumia ba abɛyɛ president dia adan na ɔsɛ me ne mabusuafo di na pro na me kofie ade asɛ me kwakoka efiefo kora frɛ me aka kyerɛ me sɛ me wɔ ha no me hwɛ yie ɛna ma no ntia Dr. Bawumia so hu I see say me ya prepare sɛ me kokote hɔ na makɔ bɔ papa na su na me de na ba abɛhyɛ kuo no so tim sɛ ye duru kuro baako pɛ so no also on in Crawford by 27 and over. Omunina because what they abato no or 2 years with the coffee.
Samantha say about abana yakotono. Because I didn't media go crowd.
Debbie.
And yes, I'm good to
Debbie, Miss Reminian, Yakuni say no. And you might tell me young Coswani and Yajuma. Young co grassroots near your delegates and Cassayi. Because you know Cassayi, a young Tiasia. So, me by ya mean you be friend crying. As we didn't come baby no abana ekoto no be a delegate nim said there abana kura mutite on the do man Kennedy do man Alan
onu hu asem kura
mu asem bia so
observer ni hu
e wo say ye education pa especially yen chairman for no ya fa atwe ho say ye be boa doctor no ene ye MPs no yen hwe say ye be wura na ya nyai adwuma ne fanto ne be call polling stations no ni ya chechero madekodi entira wo so mto aba e de ma doctor na yenya saa adwene no de ma wo mu a omo so ate ase de ato aba ne yi for me dey me constituency dey onyame nti adwuma ya no so wo for telephone na frame second vice wo framing penifo a me no monamo a obi abeka all ringi to Dwabin constituency a we yes exercise nyina wie na ka Dwabin town mentimi anwie Friday mekwa ko wie in the sense na meetings ebeba so kumase no na soso na doso nti time a wo benya sabo bekọ no unya sa time timi dwa Dwabin 3 electoral areas to ho Friday nyame ya doma ye bekọ akoye na de o se no mo ka bia ne no mo aka so nti ye ne sa ebeboa ama
chama asana mekọ Dr. Fokuo ho no yempenimfo no bia mo presa franka tunia kunyen omo nkomodia omo dina se omo ene aban nanya ozobu a preview ba se ne nsama o kan bu o ase oni aban nanya aso o kan nsam a ma aban nanim gu ase ase kan nsam e run down the government no sampenimfo no tama bia wotie no wo baka se na akere wo because party abaso be dia nimu no asa wonya kwan bia na ase wo twabo party no mpanimfo ne amampanin ne abam mpanimfo
wasaba bisa mi amma kai Ira Kwabreja Japan na sama o kan so bia o prep to me e wo MPP party mo bakasa etia pa aban na oteso ne nyuma ye no yen to abantia no in the sense so uwini a me aluta metie yi nyame na abefa me de makodi campaign animu eye aban na oteso no nyuma waye so tiase e na odi gina wanim e de akwa campaign na say o condemn aban no say o de own campaign no ma me kasam ba ko Ira Alan Chamatin ko for time no a minister for 8 years Akufo at the time why minister for 6.5 years why a cabinet minister aban no nka ho say
o kan pa hwe Ira
Kennedy Japan me crowd e no na ya na e me ya no parliamentarians no me vete of friends ministers
omwa
no parliamentarians are vete ministers
omwa
and this all the alute ba as a minister for local government let's alute anye good e didn't na qualify no se minister no ya de na nya no me na some minister no man ba parliament e be yi ne ho ano mo kra na dwuma ni gina mso kese e se nya minister papa ye nya minister papa e fremu parliamentarians mo no se mutimi restrict mo huna mu say yes enipa wo ya de ne ba no betima beboa enti se duru sa brain na so ba preposition na wo yi hu fremu say wo de won ka ho a mi wa wo na ma me minister so they say wo na approve minister na ma me wo na approve of friends saying minister say adwuma ni nyina ye do mo nyina ba amanim na mo tan ase na mo toto wo mo ano we na mo say ya pass no
budget nyam na mo approve
bia mo na mo approve budget bebe a ye be use bi bia mo na mo ye enti wo de wo yi ho afiri sa won campaign no so they say
wo da board so ne ade
ade isi asabi wote na kura ase kura ono obehun president kura na bi agese wato aso ase mfre no mra ono kura so campaign no na wo a wo di minister ne kono de wo de won kan ho ende me muso obi ka say ono de uni aban no no de uni campaign no ho na me dwene ho am ntia ase because vetting committee na yete ye no MPs ne tete so no no man na vetting om ho na om de positions na approve ma om enti wo mbom no nsa sabri ye tax form kase sort ya se ye tax forms kase say minister bi anya de minister bi ayi say ni free parliament some diagnose ni here nke bi an come yes on with them chen na wa ye bonni so a me chama ya mete me ntimi ko minister no mfa ne mba
ba empusin bit ma friend
na mo friend no ade say na nso bete ye say you or friends road minister yes ya someone to yi energy minister ya mraha finance minister omraho parliament no me chechere nsemu what say afresh amaluta so omrame and as me meet me afresh minister bi so me chechere nsemu so when they do baby a so wo be pra konwa ni bia eye efe wabra bo nyina fata so be pra konwa ni bia but emeka adie bia ase ebegu party ni mu ase and ase be sha party no ama obi anya bia ka afa party no ho so ti ase ochu hu firi mu anya yie because ochu hu firi mu na yie asa ka mepe okandini no one would am actually sa wo twe ho firi mu ene ye a nka wo mepɛ candidate ka be san wachi another party and asa ka be te wa party na ko be president ho but ekuo no awo mu no a ekuo no sabi impreduasa amma wo yahunu wo na kanya MPP party a sabi nka Sompa and nka be fresh amaluta so omra me kasa
dabi
ka frame me because me kanya msam wa and am me kan hwe wa but MPP party
MPP ho asem
hwe ba bi ande ma betena me ka party no asem papa and is ochina me kwa ko preposition bi a no makugina ho say party no ya anyade ena ya anyesei ena ya anyesei ya nhwe fomfo ena fomfo ayi sei who incite fomfo no emo adwene free party na djuma yeso
any aban no
sort ya say na say who be the president na nyame ema who be the president na say ya to ba na wini a na me a wo ka kire me say ya nhwe me no sort ya say who betimi asan ahwe say nipa no ontumi sort ya say wo behwe ne kura no a ontumi nhwe ne sede na tie because ye ko yanum na no mo change be ye mpanin fo mo ba mo kasa nyine na form 4 ye ba sebe producer kakra kura wo mo andi ma form 4 na AT&T no o mo e bre pa no a sebe grassroots no mo bre no o mo sika de ye tudin ade aka nyina ye tudin sort ya se
ho no chem kakra mtie
me fan se me na me ye of friends aspirant ma ba dwabe consultancy ma be coming sem nyina awi me se mo nje one city in famfa car me and me ye polling station executive no me de ne de ye betu din sort ya say ye betu din consultancy executive de ye ntu din coordinators de ye ntu din council of elders de ye ntu din ntu bi sa ho say sai sika no ni nyina ye pe na ade na ba ko pe ya
ba ko bre ba na
to din ewie nso asai sika no ye de be ma chen man no sort ya say no no asan ko che nkwalare de no kra na asem grassroots de na ya to din no kra no ya san akọ akoche ye nia na ye san akọ hand over de ama omo no ma che omo ade e so ba de wo soro no a wo se enye no eno na ba san to
afo na on to din say me ma cha my say mama executive na say mundi say now they are and they
all bre no a wo san ba incite ne say on na bre no on na sabe producer o ye adwumahunu no ono ne de wato din sort ya say na empenifo ne de ya still ayan to din it was about the same thing we wunya bi yes da bi we wunya bi wantimi an kire kwan ya befa so a me ba
obenya bi
e bia me ba me de table yesia obi a wope even police bia na se soldier bia fa okata beto ya wantimi an kire
na ye ba mu mfie nsia ne fan no anya se obepretumi no anka obeka obusam se me kwa na party no megidi bi o musa me da o
dabi o musa me da sente wo ye den na wodidi wa ha o me bisa me da ba to me ba
na obepelent no
obeka na hye
amambofu aban ne party
executives na bufuo
ati acha man ne ada executives
ena we kra ye sei ena ye kra ye sei on dem chen mi wa on fa bibia mfa mre obi da afenso ma on ka say me kra de sisi form 4 ntimi so mo form 4 ebi si ba bia on dem chen enti say o ba pretumi a entitia obi na so mfa nko pretumi utieti obi na so ko pretumi a tumi no uja na kire no kra wo ho no de ka de ubetimi aye ka akwankyera wo de be kire yewura Bawumia baaye no wo so obe ma 10 appointments wa kire kwan obe fa so ama 10 appointments no so obaaye wo se ye data party no ene aban no entem kwan awa wa kire kwan wo so obe bie data office e wo consultancy bia sa data office no bia table bia amfa ni pa se be fa ni pa be 3 eno kra sa so of unemployment won hu dem e kire oba no bie data no a data office na
e ti omoka
sa wo mo on be ye sa computer yi no on be tana ho no mo ahwe sa data no a compile consultancy bia yi no
on be jakatua
nti wa kire ba bia obe fa so obe ma party ne aban ne ntembe den ebe ben na minya ahwe no ne nyina aye den eto atwa eno na so ba na obe chirichirim na woka na o kire se we me ba me ye ni sei na party for te ase e no wa doctor abe kire mu a party for te ase a constituency bi abeto ababa no constituency bi abeto ababa no na minua or the 10 appointments ba 10 appointments nya appointments says of friends Zoom line on near the office near the
appointment assistant Pabra Boma ultimate enzo impact amount for
so I said me constituency or 3 zones yen driving zone so driving from 4 hura num fa 3 bom fa chance fa 3
case close executives no emu no ye nya nipa amfa na nkwa bom fa chance for mu zone no mo hwehwem MPP ni mapa amunim so why okudu obetima be boa
no
abusafo wo fom
obetima be boa wo mo wo fom mo mfa no mra mo tene ba wo ne bra yen executives ye nyina ya tenase ni ehunu say zone we nipa miensa we na mo don bae
mo qualify
eye kwaku eye kua eye maame na do mo aba ya gi wom ye the appointment na ma wom ni aka kire wo wa tro ayi offense no to atoso o kono bosumi bia be ma constituency ni ska sei ye follow bibia wo ho ne ye ba aba beje so na se sa time na se me ye chairman na ye nya CEO ebi akoko boss CEO me constituency a
adwuma na si
e be haye
adwuma na si
so be my godfather godmother me two-way na ye bia from Drabin to a Drobonso such a from Prince near this a cocoa board am my say cocoa board in first house 5 constituencies no afi ye beto boto aye cocoa atokoko was a quarter no mo beto no the ma party no contract no ye ni sika kura bit my kura no no abe penny pay mo no the 10% amai otu ho anis kana be talk constituency account no ya tana se ye nyina se wu fo nyina aba afi we se ni nyaaye ye nya ndan ye che na obi ade ndi akobo ne bra ana obi ade ndi aye do de be ye hia bibi o party no wetimi di aye na nipa tana se adwena e ye deep se ya ompe na aba bi visa mze nya police na wan kire me kwan me fa so nya police a de me kwai
I see right Tama Masabaso. And that's the piano chairman, Aluta, chairman for Jabin constituency in the Ashanti region out in Kano. Wasungusu Utie Sompa 93.1 FM, Sompa TV, Facebook Sompa TV GH. Wasungusu Sono Dr. Solomon Kwatin Foucault. A senior lecturer also no Kumasi Technical University or ha Sanso NFA medical chairman Lutan also no Jabin constituency chairman and so no Watson and Ka Midin so the assassin Jimmy producer Jimmy Wache and sound no a elections and research officer for Ishayaso constituency in the Ashanti region. Doc results because of MPP headquarters. When I mean cancelable, because the creme de la creme of the party at Tuaba. Inti any pair Tuaba no, 176. Dr. Bawumia 107. And the mama cannot check the account of the fire. Been a 0 there, but with the emphasis doc in 107. Sarjos nearby. What's the significance? Say had headquarters for boom Sadiama one candidate. One a term manager secretary nominate appointees are more head office war in Pampany quarter in India or Pendada number 2B the past executives dog any significant for that margin or nana.
Oh, say about the tour. Your meaning to every figure be a percentage be a any baby unyano. But we know the money yet whom be brain is a partners. Also, the CEO headquarters on any the CEO Ashanti region, any the CEO difference in head in him. The time make a difference in him say almost about 990 something 960 something or so whatever. Yeah, no mkoto you know. Almost pan party new run Utubi.
Debbie. Chairman.
I'm gonna tell you.
Chama I'm gonna tell you.
Because I'm gonna just a party is your but at least
your party constituent doc. We are chama or constituency, or animal, we are more or less like an executive chairman.
Say Opa Jabin. Now pay MPP, BBIT or MPP. So you be out information through the right source and who is the first person.
Boko chama.
And I tell my sanity.
Boko chama.
Sanity.
Na so we knew an abedi chair and secretary and answer we aba.
Sanity.
Uba region here. MPP BB out here untumi.
Yes.
And sana waba aba besi. It is a we omo it is omo koto aba na bi no mo ha say kasetia delegates na chairman for no nempani for mo koto aba na me ya power be because like what the chairman for ni begina ho na wo so power mo say sabi ibi sebi omo ni adwene omo de sika na se for etin obi a party ye ne dia pa wa bre party ho nti obegi sika bi se ono nko antin okoto aba ama obi a obese ne party
na se wa kan wan ka ba sa o
mi busa
wan ka ba sa
chairman se wo hwe party a wo pe o party asem pa se party a edu ha ye chairman a ugina baby a ukasa se me ye chairman na party no wa party nanim se wakofa obi a wo fi se all the party ni shen sa wo the party no ebeko ditch
entaso mu kra
se wa wato car a o car o pepa ebe ye adwuma abo o pe driver 48 abegina ho 10 abegina ho na wonim se we pa ne betima driver car ne dia komampon e dia ba kama obeye sales bibia be kama na ba ko be gina nchen na wa fa etire abre wo a wo car owner no abre osika se gina me nko ka a wonim se car no ntimi kan then you go and give it to that person, then you are not a responsible person. Intino aba omoto your results in a buy my mom form fan trasa, it tells you something, and I can tell you here, you can record and I can tell you here say results you see you know the basic 4th November no any different from what happened.
Dog into mo kasa aba no that it is not representative of ourselves for sango no o masam no
based on what
almost na from for na
based on what yen for emotions with emotions ya ono na mpanifo no mo kope eyini bi no omo kofo di omo nim na omo di na machi bonto omo di emotions ne komane akokọ ya de besi ye na esi ama omo no I wish say sankofo be change omo so mo timi change omo chidifo ni bia results bi ni ma betima sesa kakra aboa bi no ba so omo kode na omo kọ no we na mo ye ba ye be pam mo na mo. Now who will give that power to you? Say me more power never pam me. Me dem in to be then come who. But me say will be a walk to about say oh you two we are me pam. Yes me kwa me biom ye kan on kwantia. Ye kan no kro ni mfimfini wa moko no ha me biom. You understand? Entino as I say ayi na ba ye no vote na ba we say no. Vote we ba ye no. Metro wa DBC say vote na ba ye no. Vote na ba ye no. Either say you're Bawumia then it will even improve further.
No,
Mitchell. In politics, we have something called the Godfather effect.
Okay.
And you have something called the pyramid effect.
Okay.
The Godfather effect in say Ubi Jina Ubi Betty and our way a jum. Maybe a police station a executive number 1. LAB ye ni penu
yeah
na me se me koto aba me chairman say ope Yoruba Bawumia me empenifo wo ho so mo pe Yoruba Bawumia me say me pe Yoruba B anase A anase C nti me koto ama no because on no bo bebo abe tam ben na obenya kwan akosa nipa no. Why na do ko sa presidential win so win kra na why na do ko no ho
what can some
no why na do ko no ho
o police station o chama say ha na yenko
police station touch number 1 LAB pe abi kitu abi na de box kitu be so na some na mo hweso na mo chairman
go ko nim ko
so but mi akwa akwa wase mo mien ko ha say na hona me na bitu mo
ba metimama mo bi no
chairman for bebre nso show goodwill bi amen hu bi krada say kakran de mo so mo fa nkoto nsu o mo ko tena o mo atete no we obi kan bi kire me krada mo say oh that is a show of goodwill and as a sportsmanship. Na say won penine si yen ko ha na so say on kwa metima use constituency amemete ho atuma kwa homa constituency se Kofi Amankwa amenu deputy minister for defense the constituency executives for polling station for na se for no yen friend no me honorable ho on friend bra Kofi be friend Kofi he represent them omo penasem Kofi is down to earth to everybody there omo for phone e friend no obi ba wo ne obi kope we obi ye we ni nyina no ne se Kofi ba no ka kire se sei na esra mu na ha na moko a ebeboa chairman now so be ko we ya why na be say ni mako bi that's what I'm telling you say that trickle down effect the pyramid effect no nyina e favor ura Bawumia and in favor ne say because among force in ko fancy bi no mo ye there be the questions here ko abonten ko say why no mbe to aba ma no di enti no mbe to aba ma no na e question bi no pe why na person to abama no die nti na person to abama no say person to abama ura Bawumia adintia ona bebo amia break 8 period ye musa say ina oduane be no di ye ina ne kuromu ne de bio die si MPP fo nyina ni so say ade say die ne betimi abo mo break the 8 that is all what they are thinking for now the rest no come after. Etinye se we na tentene ina we na no ho ofe ina we ni free ha there be oni nyina factors no maka bom e de gu basketball ko no ma chechira no say ye bie we so anipa ye hu no say obetime de omo break 8 no anyway so you should go for it. So the figures in a bar we say no people shouldn't run down on it.
I see.
I can tell you on authority say chairman what hono anasa chairman for no hono only hwe kura ni constituency no 100 to 200 yeah the police station for kasa
ombeti so na tuma man be chairman
me say only hwe chairman kura na oni binum won tokwa na so binum what trouble kura na only hwe no say ne hono 500 a o mu 200 a obohwesel na ombedi na chi
plus ne mpini nso so
me say ono chairman no we ansa na mpini there. You know, Savi been a never underestimate the power of a rebel man. Never underestimate to be Amia to a man so a chairman. I'm telling you. So some people are more random down, can't say easy. So back kwako jina bama ni pani na sto do na hwe ni say ato abama. Enye mafia work. Eye ahombraseni enema oye enti onyawe. Enti say o pese next time catch o mo contest ni be say o pese o win elections a wachi difo account to papa. Until Bruni say, show me your friend. And let me tell you your character. Omo dumbe, okofa aggrieved, peeved. Funi di wenima. One kasa usubani they may be the best, but they represent you. Omo mo contest bino. Omo nyina ye very good material. But obino mo ha. Omo no mo nim se omo be di president nansenya. Nti omo prepare omo. Sambre na nkoma anye dede no mo ko yo mo homework yi a ka some time to come e see ahene for no kra no kwakọ form aba say brand bi di o hene ntifa we wo ka ho bi the youth no mo party no so ka sure mo say o bo abraba busa say da chindie ni besie enye mprempre kikri mon kwara ni bi mo nkora ni bi kakra wo nya chance kitu bi jeep ni bi nso ekutaye betina radio so no odi ni chairman atem no odi ni MP atem no odi ni penny for atem on ka hwe ne ekina ebe so aba obeti nti akama mu ha so bi o bedi o hena ya bedi o hena ye mpese obesa ne huntuno mo de na free kuro mu kura potena ba bi sabi obi bi hunu ne mistake bi akora bi so what party ni mu now say wo ye daache hene na onye bibia obedi a so free rubber Bawumia ho eba so why ni timika as rubber Bawumia agina bebia di matemte
no for na kame ba ho kra
me say da benda
the comportment unu say
we ku for do ka say wonye corrupt da na obi so ay corrupt on fan to dwa obi nya bibi kan ba hwe adwuma na papa yiye lawyer penny and Yama be brave foreign minister one as if foreign Kawambona Brabo Yena be big to be fun since saying I come on for the dam and the social media be better fun in your bit too. Like was a rubble meal. So why ye be a kuoma ubin fun to ja. And now say no one why no time 10 way you win. Dear Obinya Defano. He's a perfect gentleman. That is why Nipani didn't want to dance here almost embre. You understand it? He's a perfect gentleman. He's always smiling, always saying sorry, always say thank you. What do you want? And full of knowledge. Kesivia was comporting in the midst of all this. At a point in time, now quite almost 9 against 1. But I say, the battle is still of the Lord. What Tony Boise say the possibility. Now no because we know say it is possible. No BGH now busa chema bibi. And Kadia na me expecting say any per do no moko contest. Nka wiki bia obi afa ade ba kwa MPP one policy and anko de nama. Nka sa 6 months we campaign no ye no. Ka MPP ho ne manyina ababonten.
Dok for remember me omo run aban down for now.
And I make sure can ko here to say TV bi aban TV bi okuro say omo yi Zimbabwe documentary na agenda 111 Diego ha omo nyi.
Edi
Zimbabwe omo yi Angola for documentary etwam be 20 years ni 20 years mete airport ko bi ne da ho na omo yi country be documentary agenda 111 ka sa ban TV ba ko pre ka every week bi akra no fa ba ko petre de de na wo so no fa mo ho de no wo so we ya Ghana for entimi enya bi enhwe it can say any pet do so amoko. Instead of you running your own distance down, instead of about running wo own party no adwuma aye no running it down no ka project na de ba ko pa anka enkoyi omo ko bia ni ho so chen wo so no de oso chen wo so no nyi wo so na all benefiting tie wo kwa oponko independent you vote obenya and tell them say so omo nyina 5 na ebe kwa. The message they are going to give, they should think about the message to the party people. It's not the message to the Ghanaians for now. Because as somewhere can him fear yen can walk pipe or no. So you tell them say they should omon cry or no mon can some a basic cry. Now begin can say we police station. Yamam dan yamam na na won so position mu na on there na yamam police station wo constituency kwa there na yamam.
Who incited polling station for?
What the ampa say be executive so to omunye bibia ba wo ankura kura no wo free constituency wo free one electoral area per electoral area na wo so free na wo be president no kan de kura wa yama polling station for wo nyina montiana moto aba mo kan say adopt a polling station nyam nkofo na adopt polling stations no what is a president candidate wo mo kan adopt the whole Ghana polling stations nyina. Sometimes it's not about say na we na me na bitua we ma bitua ma we ma we ewuraba omi asa ono de seven brothers a woni sika oni bibia but e wodo wo mo man no odo wo mo man no ene nyankopon ma na dwempa ene na dwene mu do no so do bu o man no ene Ghana for do na ate ase say on body chidom. So that is what people are looking out for. That is what we are looking for, that sober, that calm character. We are full of wisdom. Our brain was so betting a human, a dear Magana, according to him. What try be brave? Ninema or dear, but they ain't now feeling. Dear, dear, but they ain't now feeling. And a Ghana car, Pajano and Niaji, they ain't now feeling. So, as I say, that is what we can say. The results in the byway, no, is going to repeat itself, even more improved, a bigger. It is not going to reduce. The percentage is not going to reduce. Percentage will rather go. By next week or next 2 weeks, you data for now. I will give you the figures and then you see.
Oko constituencies na. You say for the constituencies se bia mampo na se bia dwaben chama wa hanti. Obehwe na MC wo dwaben Dr. Bawumia. MP Dr. Bawumia chairman Dr. Bawumia. So is it that the mere fact is that these 3 reps of the party and government no Bawumia ntina ebema delegates no omo influence inti anase Dr. Bawumia no so was something that was delegates no share etumano to lead the party.
You see, I'm because a fear delegate, they have wisdom. Delegates do no more our party, and the makers say Godfather effect. They look up to Obi Akura Ketu Akura no, o tete Akura ofia o nantia no niema nyina no. They look up to you as well. They look up to you. Obi timi hwa chamber bi so abano kura me nkoto. Yes. Said Bawumia yakase yakana qualities or marketing on why no bibia wi. But the chairman factor ni we mo factor no so ye adwuma. Ana chairman ko chade mo na nfa ma mo. Ko ebi mo nfa mo mo. Eyi o nko onye bibia na o se ha na mo na medi wachi aka so medi wachi. So pay you Bawumia kra na chairman o brabo a wo bo no enye we wakwadine girl na so medi wachi nkoto abama.
Onto
na wasa so wo woni dindin do bi aju
mentase
etino mrebia mo pen nipa those without blemish indi o campaign on niema enim na no beboa ama niema akoyi hwe character on so develop niema bi anya ana amanfo ni nyi ho a wo correct abra wo bre wo nse bi ni mo bre bi for so she to be bi for so ye niema bebre bi osta oh ya gangster we ya gangster am for so she suit o you just say boy bre so gangster life na fa no ani enko don't pretend what the measure say
say o man pani adwane de doc enye sade ehu na ma simple sa no
ehu anka yo
Dr. Solomon Kwatin Foucault now what is on the 7 egu ho no. You be call for about 2 minutes wrap up doc into help me. Chama. I want 4 day messages be bana and 70 ho no mo a eyankofo da dodo a na be say be kuma me so we say okọ party e kwotesa. Obusim say na no faculty of law ho ram goto aba no. And then because why free be more disciplinary committee. Now or na who say you are Safo Raphael Patrick or then na banachere ya net na after about 2 hours disciplinary committee ya friend nipa no bi so me yi o mo ho anu no sa na manya no hunu sa na monto na partner to no hunu say
yo
because baby be me na sa de no we dey or tech na na rugu north east also dey so see em say ne baby me no a so direct ntino ene chama wo wi ana doc so no so munya wo na afi their partner na ma moto no hunu say
yo era me the kind you better party in Penifwachi election committee so far said you ever to obey na tension is peja reports and na we I say na we I say na enye good say you better to answer no quiet but ye to aba no ye hu hwe ye raf na ye ba ye fact me na me ni ho ntimi kamu asem
okay
na me nya nuru say me koto aba
okay
ntimi kamu asem me ka say me kamu asem a ase me ka bibi
as of so aka bi
atem bia na me pesa ade ni si wani mu a no ama vivid ayi minds many okay ntimi ka ho asem te no de doc no so na say o mu na na o so ho no te ya obitima kirem na de o ka no no for yi
and no and there's a chair asem no na o te say penny ba ko to mamponi wo ne
well try say your party de won
say penny ba ko te o mamponi wo sunday what say your team mamponi wo ne
te kra o say your party obitimi kasam to obi so a obekum na enya no kre ya TikTok ya ewi obekọ na asem bi da obekọ akotie obebisam wa sacha na any source on the michere no any source and here say no ne de ewum sa asem na si but mini ho de
ultimi so dan enkamu asem
na mum ye party for panim for no a party nya omu ne emu gidie de adwuma we share on nsa no omu ne bebo mo abaso
election committee
for no
so if obi enu wa wakasa ti a omo say o manya de
omo agye adwuma pa So to say you rap and you are can mpanimfo
kan Professor Okwemu no
Professor Okwenu o my perfect work adwuma wo so mo ya no maye no adwuma wo se wo mo ye no e no maye no mpanimfo se sini awie ye eni hu chale
to the also job in there 85% November no
na menua na doko ye ayibi na me ko machi kakra
okay
abaye koto ye Yura Mahmoud Bawumia onya 629 votes. So, and the nipa to November de no. And so 20,000 plus.
200,000
plus. So we divided 200,000 by since around 29 no. Obi otu bi ma Bawumia bia kuta 200 and something votes.
Figure I'm using, I know why I was using.
So 200 and something votes. And this are 200 and something votes. I mean me a chairman. Na me constituency.
Obi otuma Bawumia bia was say
200 and something votes. O dey fa calculate anebo. So te say enti two ya ma onipa 200 se kono omo nkasa. O dey fa 200 se kono omo nkasa. At least 150 dey obetimi no mo nkasa. A on beto abama as a chairman. As an MP. As a CEO. Nene omo anto ama omo ntie wasem dia na ba.
Just onzo ne
o. Ebi no omo to ma wo say.
Nine.
Didn't know to ma.
O wa ko dina ba odwa da me ato ama.
So te say.
Ah omo se nim say we DMB ni pa ya to ma wo.
Very good. Me team. Ye ko campaign. Me duru wa na maka che delegates no. Team we dey ye Bawumia. Me kan before. Ye me kan. Ba bia me ko bia na maka. Team we dey ye Bawumia. So this I am me nipa 200 say me nko form mra. Man timi afa makra no 160 170 me don beba. Na say me MP nso timi fa 170 160 in the bar. O kan bo mo say me kuta nipa 400 and 470 na o kan bo mo mi kura sense ya. Nti ya ba no obi transe no say ye be ko e form de no na ehu.
A form de no ehu. Omo na be kasa.
E be yehu whereby termine no I know who comes sa. Whereby chairman no enya dwuma no.
That's 6 bi no.
So to say there's a chairman say dwuma we no. Na chairman no nya dwuma no a say o first vice dey dwuma na ye. O second vice na me tie me second vice.
Na nya brekra se no.
Say on there o ba ofie no ma won is a chairman yan kwa na aka say dey bi na dey ntimi nkwa na no bu ofu. Won hu dey me chere no. O mu je dwuma no kra ye. Now I will be nyasa to honor the whole now we beat me ne Bawumia can say I meeting and also beat me according chain. Who name me say?
Vanity.
Name what you must say ya, Minia.
Also
Your chairman for the meaning say Omina your walling say on by Jumana Bawumia. Ye bayan so. Na ya divorce no so aba na say the message actually we
watch it trim
chairman be e kofa de aba
watch it trim
ye delegates no so ye breye ho asema wom ye breye ho asema ye no mu tiye ye no mu kasa yie mako chairman 3 times
easy
so ti ase tell the you know me last election ye din man
ye nimpa
ye din
so mo ti wase
ye din pa so mo tema so mo de 1 vote ever 2 mu mame ma me de 1 vote ewini so ti ase me hu sa
tetem na ho na hu se o se ne afuna adwuma no
e die na o se me conform to the grassroots na me no mu nyina ye den ye ba ko so ti ase ba bi eni kwansa na first me se me nkokora na me ko so ti ase enkwa ha me ko because I want to be boa me
right
ana party adwuma ne tie ye be dum Bawumia na ye be dum no amo no so aye den abedum ye ne party for nyina
right 54 minutes after 5 Ahaya Sompa TV Sompa FM 93.1 FM on Terra 1 TV and afenzo no on Sompa FM GH so and also Facebook mamem kote ya final remarks and free Dr. Solomon Kwatin Foko na fe wrap up na yan story fridge madenos na fe news no so no emra doc part no I institute disciplinary actions against certain people. Bakusi Kumasi, Bakusi, yes, northeast region. Doc, send our partner, I'm on top partner too. Just 2 minutes now. I
think it's.
So I could also see you anymore, Kumasi.
I think it's in a good direction.
Okay.
Say emra in wiase a nipa kura intimate and I said the chairman kan you know we have to commend omo here about to organize and they did very good job. So nipa do say ko to aba na police station makko 17 incidents ba kom ye no bia even though it's very unfortunate but de emran way to ho no mo ya the right thing no will be done the next time. Emran bi won na a bit vague say bia men show where you know
ballot no
men show say obobo wie na opagya na say wa mbobo na say obie mu say woye bebre ho ana mu ni e bibi kakra ba ni nyina say rap do ye say I was there no afford mu say obie no afford no say no and opagya na say so we vu obi it wasn't shown but it wasn't necessary and for disciplinary for better now nyem na me comment to say he was right or but to me I would say it was unnecessary
for him to do that.
It was unnecessary. Say useful as well and this side that was unnecessary because we run out in a serious person then he have break
compared to him conducting way
men fasa nima we no make can
and he's winning too.
You understand it and why BM say we me who say we ba it wasn't necessary say obey your way. I think some of us have spoken and yeah obey team Bawumia they can say what they did and they should continue to do the same thing. Okay. They should continue to do the same thing. They should calm down, take it nice and easy, projecting the good work of the party. No, the omaye. Project on no mon kasa yentre. And God being so good, no victory no will come, but the victory will be sweeter.
Okay.
It will be sweeter.
Right. Edasipi Dr. Solomon Kwatin Foko, a senior lecturer and so Kumasi Technical University. Sanso and era Alex Suffolk and Tank Council so no chairman Luta and also a chairman Jabin a constituency. I want to monka and enumerate ya de possibility awa no de ebrewo abono num apan sima edionum wache sima menu ntama de news no so no de ba e di si ha na chairman wam ni fachi ana afa yenkwa enim
yo sama bedru radia na o se meden chi asronko ema me constituency for no
Jabin constituency
for nyina nkanka Mr. Ousu.
Okay.
Mr. Ousu.
Okay.
Say nyina yenim say oboa party no sonko e wo Jabin. Ti me den chia sonko e de ma no onkoso a na onpagya party no na onwa party no.
Okay.
Na utimi eyesa aboa party no daachi. Party no so behwe no so.
All right.
Boa bia o baby ya de aboa.
All right. Chama ya da CP nano Sunday na ye ma me Sompa hema Irene Mrs. Irene Chaimensa odi ne birthday enso so ho mommy ya da se ya chao ye pa Sompa hema say CEO Sompa hema Foundation. Ya di si ha na